And one thing, I am so ashamed of our MPs. They talk nonsense as if other people in the other world don't know that our MPs were too. They're even being mocked. We are electing illiterate MPs. Mtu anasema tuoshe napi. Napi my foot. Ni kama bibi yake anaosha napi. I'm defined by how clean my nappy is. Nonsense. Pure nonsense. Bullshit. Is it I'm defining him with his brain. He's stupid. Sorry, I don't like cussing out. But he's stupid. Another one is saying Gen Z are not knowledgeable. I'm a millennial. And I'm so proud of this Gen Zs. I'm a young millennial. Why? Because these Gen Zs are literate. They know Kipenge by Kipenge. In fact, I'm learning some things through them, through social media, that I didn't know. Aya, urithi nimeachiwa. Urithi wangu pia mtaka kuchukua. Muende umuupeleke wapi? Na babangu ndio amepigania huo urithi. Amenipa mimi kama mwanae niendelee na huo urithi nipatie mtoto wangu tena chini. You coming to take that one also? Like, surely, where are we heading? Where are we heading as a country? And the way we are so proud, the way we go out, we go cheer our sportsmen outside. We are so proud. We are looked with so much dignity. And look at the way our politicians are shitting on us on our face. Wengine hata sijua naongea nini. Yani ni matope. Why are we even giving them platform? Why are we even following them? They're supposed to leave them, ignore them, right? Let them write what they want to write. Our main focus is we reject. Number 2, after it is done in rejection, recall those stupid MPs who said yes. They only care about them and their kids are in Europe. Others, their kids are somewhere doing better jobs. Wengine wamewekwa kwa parastatus. Hawana experience. Sisi tumeachwa kwa nyumba. Wao wamepelekwa huko. Wanakula tu pesa ya bure. What is this? Recall those stupid MPs of yours who are going to say yes. That means they don't care about you. They don't even care about... Tena, any woman who voted yes is an enemy of progress. Because mwanamke anafaa kuwa na hisia ya huruma kwa watu. Una hisia ya huruma yoyote, wewe unaenda kusema pad. Hakuna hata manufacturing yote ya kufanya pad. Those pads, they're not even of quality standards. Let them go benchmark. Come, set up. Tuone imesetiwa up. How is the quality? Is it good? Yani, any woman who voted yes is an enemy of progress. Hana utu huruma na si binadamu. Yeye ashajipanga na watoto wake. Hakujali wewe na mtoto wako. Hakujali na hata kujali. So, as much as you march on and say reject the financial bill, recall those stupid MPs. Recall them. I don't care. You recall them because they're the same people who come with sweet mouth and petty cash. We are not allowing any more petty cash. Stupid pocket change of theirs. We know how to. The good thing about this generation, we know how to look for our money. We know how to hustle. As I go down to that river road, nikienda kutafuta vitu za clients, naonanga vijana, mwingine ameshika kidude mali anabeba mali. I am proud. Haibi anajua kutafuta haki yake, alafu nakuja kumkandamiza na hiyo haki yake kidogo. Si sawa mbele ya Mungu. And the way they say that it's godly, it's not even good in God's eyes. That's why things are backfiring. This is a way of God telling them, stop this nonsense. It will backfire for you because there's these kids who you're trying to joke with their lives. They're coming to take back what belongs to them. And that is the power that they installed in you. That you did not grab them, they gave it to you. So me, I am so mad. I'm so frustrated. Ujuta utailea off nani kama mfanyikazi wako. Because once you employ someone, you're uplifting a family. So I'm stuck. Should I remove them? Because life is coming tough. No. You're employing, and when you employ someone, you are growing the country. This is very frustrating, and this is so humiliating, even to the international sides. Your MPs look like fools. Illiterate people that have never gone to school. If someone can vomit such stupid words and write it. Please, tomorrow, sikukuwa last week juu nilishikwa na limonia chagasia Tuesday ilinipea limoni. But kesho, niko mzima, tutakimbi as long as our voice is heard. I will end by saying, reject the financial bill. Reject it. Thank you.
Neza bonga. Nimengoja pia. Yes. Thanks guys. Sorry guys, my name is Ustad Okelo Kimathi. First I'll start by saying that I'll just start by saying, chanting, rest in peace Evans Kiratu, rest in peace Rex Kanyike Masai. You guys, wherever you are, keep looking down on us. You are spirits, and what you fought, what you went down fighting for, is what will actually keep us going. So, you guys, Mazejo, tunawakumbuka, we shall never ever forget you. Kitu ya pili, I want to say this. Thank you so much to one, Osama, and all the people you're working with. At least now, you're the only guy now we are seeing who's organizing these things. And like we've said, this is a movement. And a movement, all leaders always emerge. You have emerged as the guy who's always marshalling us and trying to make us listen, exchange ideas. That doesn't mean someone else can't come up. So, and I love it. I love the fact that you guys have maintained the stand that we do not have a definite face that someone should go to, or we do not have a functional base that you can come and meet us. We are here in the air, but when you need us, you will see us in person. So thank you so much for bringing us all together. And the reason why I'm saying this is not only because you have brought us together, but you guys have done something so many people have not done in a very long time. I am an activist. I am not Gen Z. I am a millennial, but a young millennial who also has. I got kids very early, so I have some Gen Zs in my house, and I have an Alpha. And everything I do because one, it touches on me. It touches my kids' present day life, and it also will define their future. I don't want to be that father who my kids will say, where were you when this was happening? I want to stand up and be counted, and that's why I've been doing what I'm doing, and I'll keep on doing it for as long as I remain part of humanity. I have been an activist in a small area that I know most of you, as we continue to exchange, will realize that is so much closer to what we are talking about, even though what we are talking about is even bigger. But what did they say? They say, I think it was Eleanor Roosevelt who said, human rights starts in places so small that they cannot be seen on the map of the world. I work in the sports industry, and I'm a trained filmmaker, but then I went into sports, and I've been an activist within the sports realm. The sports realm is riddled with budgeted corruption. And before I go into the issue of budgeted corruption, because I am very, very angry with the leadership of our country, because why? They are bad corruption. They are babysitting all the people who steal from us. And I think because most of the guys who are employed to work for this country's institutions are complicit. I think they work with corrupt people to continue enriching themselves at the expense of our young people. This country is so rich in terms of talent, rich in terms of people who are educated. We have a huge population. That's why if they kill one today, 3 will emerge. As in, si tunakaa kama mapera mazee. Hata tu need that sijui ati mchanga best kabisa. Jamaa akienda choo hapa 4-5 zina sprout. So tuko wengi. The only thing we have always lacked is this unity. The unity of purpose. The unity that transcends tribes. And now that we've found it, because people like us who've been trying to raise our voices on the ills within the sports industry have never gotten an amplification. Why? Because we do not have the kind of following you guys have. But now that at least we know you, even by association, we know you will be seeing stuff from us and you retweet. Because Kwanini, Mazejo, this is one guy who grew up in a place where there were so many talented people who did not get a chance at education, or education wasn't their thing, or they weren't socialized properly to end up becoming who they should have been in in academics, but then they were so talented in sports, in acting, and so many other things. But because the country abetted corruption, we have seen people gunned down every day, and I like saying in the line of duty, because I grew up in a small place called Korogosho, or popularly known as Koch. And in Koch, today, if I walk, and it pains me so much that when I walk around, I can't see someone I grew up with. I only see guys from behind. Many people in my generation, the X generation, died in the line of duty. Only a few people who stayed behind because maybe your mother was harsh here and there, or you were whisked away into a boarding school through a sponsorship. Then you came out. We are those guys who now came and we are like, okay, I grew up in the era of arbitrary arrests and police extrajudicial killings. The policeman never needed an explanation to arrest you where I grew up. We woke up and saw bodies and people burnt down, people chopped, bullets, utachukuliwa hapo kwa mlangoni. Because, I mean, for all of you who have been to the slums, you know very well. Hakuna places za kucheza. Viwanja ziligrabiwa kaa zote. Korogosho, since I think since it came into existence in the 50s, only has two public primary schools. That's Ngunyumu Primary School and Daniel Komboni Primary School. All of them built by the Catholic Church. I think up to as late as 1998, 99, 97 there, Ngunyumu Primary didn't have a playing field. So you can imagine, where did we hang out? Kwa base za nini, we hung out kwa mabase za kinyozi, tukisikiza reggae za kina Jeff Mwangemi. We hung out at maybe at our doorsteps, tukisikiza radio zetu za Palito. But hapo kwa hizo doorsteps within the narrow streets, the cops will just appear from nowhere na kimbi imeanza. So I'm one of those guys who hates cops. I hate cops with a passion because they conditioned me to hating them. And that's why until today, I am never convinced that a cop is a friend. So you see, that's the damage. It's a trauma. Guys, if there is the best thing, you should go home or you should go to bed, depending on which part of the world you are in, thinking about me. I think tumeibiwa pesa sana in Kenya that we do not see the connection of how much that money is. And today I just want to give you an example. Every day you'll read the newspaper, Obado aliiba 2.4 billion or has a corruption case worth 2.5 billion. Guys, do you even just pause for a bit of reflection to think of how much is a billion? My simplest mathematics is, for you to finish 1 billion, you need to blow 1 million every week for the next 20 years. Ndio utamaliza 1 billion. So na imagine jamaa ameiba 1 billion, ama ameiba 2 billion, na bado kuna pesa ingine imekuwa kando. Hii ni financial year, ni 7 months. Financial year, I mean ni 12 months. Financial year ni hii imesemaje, akona a confidential account ya 800 million. Hiyo ni doa tujua atafanyia nini, and we don't have to question it. Even though the Auditor General is always raising audit queries ya kisama, money here was not spent well, and that is as far as it goes, because the Auditor General doesn't have prosecutory powers. So, if the guy stays in power for 4-5 years, that means the guy has at least 1 billion shillings every year just to set aside. Na hakuna mtu atamuuliza where that money went to. And remember what I told you. For you to finish 1 billion, you have to blow 1 million bob every week for the next 20 years. Hiyo ni kitu tu moja mfikirie. Now, one thing that pains me the most, because I'm a darling of the sports industry, and our athletes have been those guys. When any of our athlete is running, doesn't matter if it is Omanyala, doesn't matter if it is Bernard Barmasai, Eliud Kipchoge, or whoever. No one even thinks of where they come from in the country. But when these motherfuckers come into the picture, they start creating the division of us versus them. Let us never go back there again. But how do we make sure that we continue that bond? by making sure that any small avenues that bring us together are protected, they are guarded jealously. And the sports industry is one of those areas where we have had a leader stay in power for the last 4 years, stealing money every year. FIFA sends close to $1 billion and something shillings every year into the Kenyan sports football industry, but hatuzioni. Nyinyi mnaonaga pesa wapi? Kila siku you just read sob stories, you do mchangos in WhatsApp groups. I'm sure all of you who are on this thing, you are in at least 2 or 3 WhatsApp groups. If one is not for funeral, for funeral, it is you're changeling someone to go to hospital, to go and do this, to go and do that. Yet people can wear Rolexes. Yeah? People can steal from us and come and vomit on our shoes, in the words of Sir Edward Clay. Then we are expected to keep quiet and be very respectful. And if there is one word that has been misused in this country, he is respectful. Because he doesn't question things. He is humble because he rides a boda in the view of a camera. Guys, he is a good person. At least he gives. We should forget this kind of people. Guys, let us stay away from this kind of people. People who issue handouts left, right, and center. Then when they give us like a small tangi, a black apple, they want to emblazon their name there and logos, as though the money even comes from them. It's either CDF money, which is still our tax money, or it's stolen money, which is still our money. I mean, I am one of the guys, I have traveled the world, and there is no single country I've seen where the president runs around going to open things with every day. Barabara imefunguliwa hapa, ameenda kufungua, sijui daraja ameenda kufungua. These things are built and commissioned, and people continue with their lives. Yeah, I mean, if you've been to Dubai, for those who've been to Dubai has, I mean, they do roads every day, though. The UAE does roads every day. Yeah? If the president of UAE, Mohammed bin Zayed,